All right, friends. Namaste. Good morning to all of you. Hello, and a very warm welcome to all of you. Is my audio clear to each and every one of you? Please let me know in the comment section. ऑडिओ व्हिडिओ क्लॅरिटी लवकर मला चॅटबॉक्स मध्ये कळवायची आहे. चला, सकाळचे 10 वाजून गेलेले आहेत. माझ्या सगळ्या लाडक्या विद्यार्थी मित्रमैत्रिणींचं आपल्या विश्वसनीय अशा ऑनलाईन प्लॅटफॉर्मवर ज्याचं नाव आहे इग्नाइट अकॅडमी, मी स्वागत करत आहे. तसा आज रविवारचा दिवस आहे, बट आज देखील आपल्याला एक महत्वाचं सेशन घ्यायचंय. आज आपण व्हर्टिब्रेट्स, ज्याला पृष्ठवंशीय प्राणी म्हणतात, त्या दृष्टीने चर्चा करणार आहोत पुढच्या 1 तासामध्ये. सो बघा, बऱ्याच विद्यार्थ्यांच्या मागणीस्तव आपण इंग्लिश मीडियम मध्ये बॅच सुरू करत आहोत. तलाठी भरतीसाठी, गट क साठी, एमपीएससीच्या एक्झामसाठी ज्या विद्यार्थी मित्रांना स्पेसिफिकली इंग्रजी या विषयाच्या मदती किंवा इंग्रजीमध्ये विज्ञान विषय, इंग्रजीमध्ये अर्थशास्त्र, इंग्रजीमध्ये भूगोल, इंग्रजीमध्ये पॉलिटी शिकून घ्यायचं आहे, त्यांच्यासाठी खास स्पेशल डेडिकेटेड इंग्लिश मीडियम बॅच आपण लॉन्च करत आहोत. त्या दृष्टीने आजचं हे सेशन आहे. सो इन टुडेज सेशन वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस वन व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट पॉइंट इन बायोलॉजी, that is called as vertebrates. As you have seen the thumbnail, we have mentioned the topic name. Very important topic. तर इंग्लिश मीडियमच्या बॅचच्या संदर्भात त्यामुळे आजचं लेक्चर इंग्लिशमध्ये असणार आहे. आजचं लेक्चर पूर्ण इंग्लिशमध्ये असणार आहे, ज्यामध्ये आपण सगळे महत्वाचे वर्टिब्रेट्स, त्यांचे एक्झाम्पल्स, त्यांचे वैशिष्ट्य याबद्दलची स्टडी करणार आहोत. चला, आले का सगळेजण? तर सगळ्यांना विनंती आहे, सुरुवातीला आपण चॅनलला सबस्क्राईब करून घ्यायचे आणि आपल्या या व्हिडिओला लाईक करायला विसरायचं नाही. Today you are going to learn something amazing, something very interesting, and something very important for your MPSC Group C exam. So friends, आता जर तुम्ही सिलेबस बघितला, प्रश्नांची संख्या बघितली, तर आता तुम्हाला माहित झाले बऱ्यापैकी. तर प्रिलिम्स पूर्व परीक्षा आता जी 25 ऑक्टोबरला होणार आहे, 25 ऑक्टोबरला एमपीएससी गट क ची पूर्व परीक्षा नियोजित आहे. या ग्रुप सी मध्येच आरटीओ एएमव्हीआयच्या पोस्ट येतात, तलाठीच्या पोस्ट येतात, ज्याला आपण विलेज रेव्हेन्यू ऑफिसर म्हणतोय. त्यानंतर टॅक्स असिस्टंट असेल, क्लर्क असतील, इंडस्ट्रियल इन्स्पेक्टर, बऱ्याच पोस्टसाठी एक कॉमन कंबाईन प्रिलिम्स एक्झाम होणार आहे. आणि मग या एक्झामच्या दृष्टीनंच आपण या ज्या बॅचेस सध्या सुरू केलेल्या आहेत, तर आता आपल्याकडे जो वेळ आहे तो खूप कमी आहे. तर या एक्झामचा प्रिलिम्सचा जो तुम्ही सिलेबस बघितला, टोटल 8 टॉपिक्स आहेत किंवा 8 सब्जेक्ट्स आहेत. प्रिलिम्समध्ये 8 सब्जेक्ट 100 मार्क्ससाठी विचारले जातात. बरोबर, एका प्रश्नाला 1 मार्क आहे, फक्त 1 तास वेळ, 60 मिनिटात तुम्हाला 100 प्रश्न सॉल्व्ह करायचे. आता या 8 विषयामध्ये एक विषय सामान्य विज्ञान, जनरल सायन्स इज देअर इन युअर प्रिलिम सिलेबस. अँड टोटल नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चन्स दॅट एमपीएससी आस्क्स ऑन जनरल सायन्स आर 15 म्हणजे 100 पैकी 15 प्रश्न सायन्सचे येतात. आता या 15 प्रश्नांमध्ये आपला स्कोर काहीही करून 10च्या वर न्यायचंय आपल्याला, काहीही करून 10 प्लस जायचंच आहे. ठीक आहे, 12-13 पर्यंत पोहोचण्याची पण संधी आहे. त्यासाठी आपल्याला चांगला क्वालिटी स्मार्ट वेने अभ्यास करणं गरजेचं आहे. इग्नाइट अकॅडमी त्याच तुमच्या प्रयत्नाला एक सर्वोत्तम मार्गदर्शनाची जोड देण्याचा या ठिकाणी मानस धरून आहे. त्यामुळे आपण आपल्या बॅचेस ज्या आहेत त्याच्यामध्ये परीक्षा अभिमुख शिकवणी करत आहोत. आपल्या तलाठी भरतीच्या बॅचेस पण सुरू आहेत, मराठी मीडियम मध्ये बॅचेस सुरू आहेत, आपली इंग्रजी मीडियमची बॅच आजपासून लॉन्च करतोय. राईट, हे जे 15 प्रश्न येणार सायन्सचे, यामध्ये फिजिक्सचे 3 असतात, केमिस्ट्रीचे 3 आणि बायोलॉजीचे 9 क्वेश्चन्स असतात. आता काल पण एक सेशन आपण घेतलं होतं बघा, काल सायंकाळी 6 वाजता याच आपल्या युट्यूब चॅनलवर आपण एक सेशन घेतलं होतं, ज्यामध्ये आपण रिएक्टिव्हिटी ऑफ मेटल्स या टॉपिकवर चर्चा केली, या पॉइंटवर चर्चा केली. ज्यांनी कोणी बघितलं नाही ते बघून घ्या. कालचं सेशन बघितलं नसेल तर बघून घ्यायचं विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, याच आपल्या युट्यूब चॅनलवरती अवेलेबल आहे. ते पण इंग्लिश मीडियमच्या बॅचसाठीच होतं, इंग्लिशमध्येच पूर्ण लेक्चर घेतलं होतं आपण ते. आज आपण व्हर्टिब्रेट्स पाहणार. तर बघा, 3 फिजिक्स, 3 केमिस्ट्री, 9 बायोलॉजी, असं डिस्ट्रीब्युशन आपल्याला दिसतं. कशामध्ये? तर आपल्या सायन्समध्ये. याच्यामध्ये बायोलॉजीचे जे 9 क्वेश्चन्स येतात त्याच्यामध्ये एक खूप महत्वाचा पॉइंट आहे किंवा टॉपिक आहे, ॲनिमल क्लासिफिकेशन, ज्याच्यावर हमखास 2 ते 3 प्रश्न ठरलेले आहेत. त्याच टॉपिक मधला एक महत्वाचा मुद्दा आज आपण डिस्कस करणार आहे, व्हर्टिब्रेट्स नावाचा, ज्याला पृष्ठवंशीय प्राणी म्हणतात, ज्याला कधी कधी क्रॅनिएट्स पण म्हणतात. करेक्ट? तर आज मी तुम्हाला शब्द देतो, पुढच्या 1 तासामध्ये जो पॉइंट, जो टॉपिक तुमच्यासमोर मी सादर करेल त्यावर आलेला ऑलमोस्ट सगळ्या प्रकारचे सवाल तुम्ही सॉल्व्ह करू शकता. त्यामध्ये तुम्हाला काही अडचण येणार नाही. ओके, चालेल. आता आपण सुरू करूयात सेशन. 2 फाईल्स आहेत, दोन्ही पण ओपन करा. चालेल. हा, तर बघा, आपण आता सगळ्यात आधी काय करूया, आपण प्रॉपरली थिअरी समजून घेऊया डिटेलमध्ये, प्रॉपर सगळेच्या सगळे महत्वाचे व्हर्टिब्रेट्स, आणि मग त्याच्यानंतर लास्टच्या 5 to 10 मिनिट्स मध्ये प्रिव्हियस इयर क्वेश्चन्स पण बघूया. म्हणजे बघा, दरवर्षी तुम्हाला एक प्रश्न त्याच्यावर दिसणारच आहे, म्हणजे या व्हर्टिब्रेट्सवर 2020 पासून 2026 पर्यंत आतापर्यंत जेवढे पण ग्रुप बी ग्रुप सी चे पेपर झालेले आहेत त्याच्यामध्ये एमपीएससी ने जे पण महत्वाचे प्रश्न विचारले या व्हर्टिब्रेट्सवर, ते आपण शेवटच्या 5-10 मिनिटात चर्चा करू. नक्कीच तुम्ही सगळेजण आन्सर्स द्याल, मला आशा आहे. सगळेजण तुम्ही आन्सर्स देणार आहात, फक्त तुम्हाला हे आपलं सेशन जे आहे ते व्यवस्थित शेवटपर्यंत काय करायचंय तर पाहायचं आहे. ओके, करू मी सुरुवात. आले का सगळेजण? चला, सेशनला सगळ्यांनी लाईक करून ठेवायचे. सेशनला सगळ्यांचं लाईक आलं पाहिजे. ओके, बघा, एमपीएससी कंबाईन ग्रुप सी तलाठी भरतीसाठी प्रिलिम्स साठी डेडिकेटेड बॅच, इंग्लिश मीडियम मधली बॅच या ठिकाणी आपण सुरू केलेली आहे. या बॅच मध्ये तुम्हाला स्टडी मटेरियल पण प्रोव्हाइड केलं जाणार आहे, इग्नाइट अकॅडमीच्या दर्जेदार क्वालिटी नोट्स. तर ही आहे आपल्या महाराष्ट्रातील तज्ञ, अनुभवी आणि विश्वसनीय असणारी मार्गदर्शक टीम, जी तुम्हाला त्या सब्जेक्टला इंग्रजी विषयामध्ये शिकवणार आहे. त्यामुळे तुम्ही निश्चिंत राहायचं. मागील भरपूर वर्षांच्या अनुभवासहित या टीमला या ठिकाणी तुमच्या समोर आपली इग्नाइट अकॅडमी सादर करत आहे. प्रत्येक शिक्षक पर्यंत, प्रत्येक फॅकल्टी त्यांच्या विषयामध्ये अतिशय निपुण, अतिशय आपण म्हणू शकतो की पूर्णपणे विषयाला न्याय देणारा शिक्षक काय असावा, तर या ठिकाणी आपली टीम तशा प्रकारे सज्ज आहे. लाईव्ह प्लस रेकॉर्डेड फॉर्मॅटमध्ये बॅच असणार आहे बघा आपली. आणि या बॅच सोबत तुम्हाला आम्ही फ्री स्टेट बोर्ड बॅच, 1000+ प्रॅक्टिस टेस्ट, फ्री पीवायक्यू बॅच, रिव्हिजन अँड डाऊट सेशन, पीडीएफ पीपीडी नोट्स आणि 5 महा ऑफलाईन असणाऱ्या टेस्ट पण आम्ही तुम्हाला अवेलेबल करून देणार आहे. त्याच्यामुळे आजच आपण प्रवेश निश्चित करा. हा जो मोबाईल क्रमांक तुम्हाला दिसतोय 8888 याच्यावर तुम्ही संपर्क साधू शकता. तर तुम्हाला आणखी काही क्वेरीज असतील, बॅचेस बद्दल आणखी काही डाऊट्स असतील तर, आणि इग्नाइट अकॅडमीचं ऍप डाउनलोड करायला विसरायचं नाही. करेक्ट फ्रेंड्स, करू आता आपण सुरुवात. आणि आणखी एक खूप महत्वाची अनाउन्समेंट आहे बघा तुमच्यासाठी. जर तुम्ही इग्नाइट अकॅडमीचं मार्गदर्शन घेत असाल, आपल्या बॅचेस जॉईन करताय आणि नंतर तलाठी पोस्टला गवसणी घालताय, तलाठी पोस्ट मिळवा, आणि जी पण फीस तुम्ही इथं बॅचसाठी या ठिकाणी पे केलेली ती फीस तुम्हाला परत इग्नाइट अकॅडमी देणार. त्यामुळे ही पण एक खूप आनंदाची अनाउन्समेंट तुमच्यासाठी, एक टोकन ऑफ अप्रिसिएशन आफ्टर यू बिकम अ तलाठी. ओके, चलिए आता आपण आपल्या चर्चेला सुरुवात करूया. तर बघा, चर्चा सुरू करू, पण त्याआधी काही प्रास्ताविक गोष्टी पण समजून घेणं गरजेचं आहे. काही बेसिक गोष्टी आपल्याला या टॉपिक संदर्भात समजून घेणं अतिशय महत्वाचं आहे. बघा, आपल्या पूर्व परीक्षेच्या सिलेबसमध्ये, इफ यू लुक ॲट द सिलेबस ऑफ प्रिलिम्स, इन द सिलेबस MPSC clearly mentioned one very important point. It is called as zoology. Right? So zoology is the branch of biology which deals with study of animals. And in this zoology, one very important topic is included, and it is called as animal classification. So बघा विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, पुनश्च एकदा मी सांगतोय, आपली इंग्लिश मीडियमची बॅच जी आहे त्या दृष्टीने आजचं हे डेमो सेशन आहे. त्यामुळे पुढची सर्व शिकवणी आपली इंग्लिश या मीडियम मध्ये असणार आहे. इंग्रजी या भाषेमध्ये मी तुम्हाला या अॅनिमल क्लासिफिकेशन मधल्या व्हर्टिब्रेट्स या टॉपिकला एक्सप्लेन करणार आहे. ओके, सो आय होप तुम्ही सगळेजण शांततेनं, पेशंटली आणि खूप चांगलं ध्यान देऊन या सेशनला शेवटपर्यंत बघा, कारण तुम्हाला पीवायक्यू पण सॉल्व्ह करायचे. शेवटच्या 10 मिनिटात तुम्ही सगळेजण पीवायक्यू सॉल्व्ह करणार, पण त्यासाठी पहिले 40-45 मिनिटं टेन्शन गरजेचं असणार आहे. ओके, चल करूया आपण सेशनला आता स्टार्ट. बघा काय लिहिलं तुमच्या समोर, तर कमेंट सेक्शन. तर बघा या ठिकाणी, सो व्हॉट आय वॉज सेइंग, सो इन झुलॉजी there is very important one topic, animal classification. And in animal classification, we study two broad categories, two main categories. The first category is non-chordates. Animals are broadly categorized into two main groups. The first is non-chordates and the second is chordates. You must have heard these names. Very famous terminologies. Non-chordates and chordates. Sometimes non-chordates are also called as invertebrates. Invertebrates. And chordates are also regarded as vertebrates. Isn't it? Yes. Vertebrates. So if you look at the main branch, zoology. So father of zoology is a very famous scientist, a very famous philosopher whose name is Aristotle. Aristotle was a very famous Greek philosopher and he is regarded as father of biology, also father of zoology. So Aristotle is father of biology and father of zoology. His contribution in animal classification was appreciated. So Aristotle is also the father of biology along with father of zoology. Remember this one, very important. So he became the first scientist. He became the first scientist to classify the animals on a scientific basis. Now these two groups, out of these two groups, this group is what we are going to discuss in the next 40 minutes. But before proceeding to this group, I will like to state all the important differences between these two groups. So you should understand, you should know some basic differences which are there between invertebrates and vertebrates. The first and very important difference is about notochord. Have you heard the term notochord? Notochord. What is notochord? Notochord is like a rod which supports the body. It is present at the back side of the body. याला मराठीमध्ये पृष्ठरज्जू म्हणतात पाठीचा कणा. So notochord is like a rod-like structure, basically present at the back side of the body. It works like a backbone and it supports the body. So friends, those animals whose body does not have notochord are classified into invertebrates. So invertebrates lacks the notochord. So notochord is absent. Notochord is absent in invertebrates. But in vertebrates, notochord is present. Notochord is present. So that's why they are called as chordates and they are called as non-chordates. This is the first very important difference. Other differences are also there, like all invertebrates are cold-blooded animals. Have you heard this term? Cold-blooded. And invertebrates, some are cold-blooded, some are cold-blooded, and some are warm-blooded. Some are warm. This is also very important difference. Now I will explain the meaning of cold-blooded. Cold-blooded animals are those animals whose body temperature changes according to surrounding temperature. You all know the temperature of the surrounding is not fixed. So when surrounding temperature varies, their body temperature changes. It means their body cannot maintain a constant body temperature. Their body temperature constantly changes. It varies. It depends on the temperature of surrounding. That's what we call as cold-blooded. And what is the meaning of warm-blooded? Warm-blooded are such animals whose body temperature is fixed. Their body can maintain a constant temperature. It is irrespective of the surrounding temperature. Their body temperature is fixed. The best example of warm-blooded animals is humans. We ourselves, we are warm-blooded animals. Our body temperature is fixed, no matter it is summer, winter or monsoon. Our body maintains a fixed temperature which is 37 degrees Celsius. So this is also very important difference. Now let's move our discussion to vertebrates. Now vertebrates are the most developed animals on this earth. They are the most evolved animals on this earth. They are also known as craniates. So this group is also termed as craniata. So you call it as vertebrata or craniata. Both mean the same. So vertebrates, craniates. Now vertebrates have notochord. Some are cold-blooded, some are warm-blooded. They are highly developed animals. Their brain is protected by cranium. They have kidneys for excretion. right? So these are some features of vertebrates. Now what scientists did is that they classified vertebrates into different classes. Yes, there is also further classification in vertebrates. So there are six main classes. There are six main classes of vertebrates. So vertebrata phylum, vertebrata group is divided into six main classes. Which are they? The first is, now all these six classes, you have to memorize these classes in a sequence. The first is cyclostomata. Okay. The second is amphibians. The third is amphibians. Fourth is reptiles. The fifth is aves. And the last is mammals. So these are the six classes in a group called vertebrata or vertebrates. So remember these classes in a sequence, because this is the sequence of evolution. When you look at cyclostomata, these are the most simplest vertebrates. When you go to Pisces, you will find some complicated body structures getting added up. When you go to amphibians, you will find more complications in their body. So as you move forward, you will find the body is developing more. The body is becoming complicated. More systems are getting added and animals are getting more evolved to their environment. So that's why this sequence is very important. Right. So we will discuss about each and every class in detail, but there are some comparative points that you need to understand. There are some comparative points. The first very important point is that cyclostomata is the only class in these six classes which has no jaw. Jaw is absent. Remaining five classes, Pisces to mammals, they have jaw. Jaw is present. You know jaw? Yes, jawline, jaw. So, jara jabda म्हणतात मराठीमध्ये. So, jaw is absent in cyclostomata. They do not have jaws. That's why they are termed as agnatha. Agnatha is a special term that is used for those animals who are not having jaw. So that's why sometimes they are called as jawless animals. Cyclostomata are called as jawless animals, and due to jawlessness, they are also called as agnatha. And from Pisces to mammals, all have jaw, and that's why they are termed as gnathostomata. Remember these terms. These are very important terms. Gnathostomata is the term that is used for those animals who have jaw, and agnatha is the term that is used for those animals who lack the jaw, who does not have the jaw. Yes. Next point is that out of these six classes, the first and the second class, it means cyclostomata and Pisces, they have the heart which is two-chambered heart. Only two chambers are there. Only two chambers. Now all these six classes, they have heart. Heart is present. Circulatory system is present. Heart is pumping the blood. But the difference is about chambers of the heart. First two classes have only two chambers to their heart. Then class number 3 and class number 4, amphibia and reptilia, they have the heart composed of three chambers. So three chambers to their hearts. Yes. And the remaining last two classes, class number 5 and class number 6, aves and mammalia, they have the heart with 4 chambers. You all know we are the mammals, humans are the mammals, and we have the heart with 4 chambers, isn't it? Yes. So aves and mammals are with the heart which has 4 chambers. This is also very important point. Very important point. Remember this. So comparatively, it is easy. By doing comparison, it is easy to understand the points and to remember the points. So the first point is about the jaw. The second point is about the chambers of the heart. Now moving to the third very important comparison difference among these 6 classes is about cold-blooded and warm-blooded. We already mentioned some are cold-blooded and some are warm-blooded. Out of these 6 classes, class number 1 to 4, it means cyclostomata, pisces, amphibia, reptilia. All these 4 classes and animals belonging to those classes, they are cold-blooded. They are cold-blooded. It means their body temperature varies. Their body temperature changes according to the surrounding. Yes, I already explained to you the meaning of cold-blooded. Now, cold-blooded also denoted by another term which is called as ectotherms. For the word cold-blooded, there is another term called ectotherms. So meaning is same. Ectotherm, cold-blooded. It is also written by poikilotherms. So ectotherm, poikilotherm, cold-blooded all means the same. Body temperature is not constant. It will change according to the surrounding. Sometimes it will rise, sometimes it will decrease. And the last 2 classes, aves and mammals, 5th and 6th class, they are warm-blooded animals. They are warm-blooded animals. Friends, warm-blooded means endotherms or homeotherms. What is the meaning? Warm-blooded means their body temperature is fixed, body temperature is constant, irrespective of the surrounding temperature. Their body maintains a fixed temperature. Fixed. Body is a temperature fixed. Right. So, aves and mammals, they have constant body temperature. That's why they are warm-blooded. This is also very important point. Now, we will move to each and every class present here. So, the first class is about cyclostomata. The first class is about cyclostomata. So, in cyclostomata, there are some famous examples that you need to memorize. They have been asked repeatedly in our MPSC exams. So, we will focus our discussion on the first class, cyclostomata. As we already mentioned, they do not have jaw. They are called as agnatha. Correct? They are cold-blooded. Yes, this is already explained. Now some new points. Cyclostomata, as the name suggests, cyclo means what? Round. Cyclo means round and stomata means mouth. So they are also regarded as round mouths or circular mouths. Why? Because their mouths are circular in structure. If you look at their mouths, you will find it is like a cycle. It is like a circle. That's why cyclo, circular, round mouths. So it is their name, right? So they look like fishes from far away distance, but they are actually not fishes. They are not fishes. They do not have jaw, which is present in fishes. So circular mouths is a very important property, characteristic of cyclostomata. Now, these cyclostomata, they are cold-blooded. They do not have jaw. They respire with gills. There is one common point between these cyclostomata and fishes, that is about gills. So gills are special structures which are present inside the body, and these structures help given animal to absorb the oxygen present in water. So whenever they are swimming, whenever they swim, they travel through the water. What happens? That water bombards, that water hits their gills which are present inside the body, and gills absorb the oxygen from water. And this is what we call as respiration. So respiration is the process of mixing oxygen in our blood. So they make sure that their gills help in respiration. So they have gills. This is very important point. Now, coming to their examples. Examples are also very important. I want you to memorize only two examples. The first is petromyzon. The first is petromyzon. Petromyzon is also regarded as lampreys. Its another name is lampreys. Petromyzon, lampreys, both mean the same, right? And the second example is myxine. It is also regarded as, it is myxine. Myxine is also regarded as hagfish. Only two examples which are very, very important. Not more, not less. Right? So, petromyzon and myxine. Petromyzon, another name lampreys, myxine, another name hagfish. Only these two examples are important in this class. Okay? So, this is the first class in vertebrates. Now, we'll look at the second class, which is known as pisces. Pisces. The second class, pisces. It includes all the fishes. Pisces is the term used for fishes. All the fishes that are present in salt water, that are present in fresh water. So, fishes fall in this category. Now, friends, fishes are cold-blooded. Fishes have jaw. Another very important point is that there are scales on their skin. Scales on their skin. If you look at the body of the fish, you will find scales. Scales are there on their skin, which are very important point. And they also have fins present on body. Fins on body. So, fins are like this. Fins are the specialized structure that help them in swimming. So, fins, scales, transparent eyelids, they have transparent eyelids. Transparent eyelids. These are some important features about fishes. Right? Now, fishes also have the heart, which is two-chambered. We already explained that, two-chambered heart. So, when you look at this class, there is further categorization. There is further sub-categorization. All the fishes are further sub-categorized into two classes, two sub-classes. The first is chondrichthyes, and the second is osteichthyes. Chondrichthyes and osteichthyes. These two terms are very, very important. Right. So, what we are doing? We are classifying the fishes into two subclasses, chondrichthyes and osteichthyes. What is the difference? Chondrichthyes are such fishes whose endoskeleton, you can say whose skeleton, it is made up of cartilage tissues. Cartilaginous skeleton is there. And osteichthyes are those fishes whose endoskeleton, whose body is made up of bones. So, bones are there. They are called as bony fishes. Bony fishes. So, their endoskeleton is bony. So, the simple difference is whether bones are present or not. So, in chondrichthyes, bones are not present. They lack bones. They have cartilage tissues. Now, cartilage tissue is a special type of tissue present. Cartilage tissue is a special type of tissue present in animals, which are very, very elastic like a rubber. These tissues are also present in our body at some places, like our ear, our nose, our throat. So, there are some fishes whose body is completely made up of cartilage tissues. There are no bones. If no bone is present inside the body, that fish will fall in the category of chondrichthyes. And osteichthyes means bones are there, bony fishes. So almost 90 to 95% fishes on this earth falls in this category. So most of the fishes are bony fishes. Very few are chondrichthyes. But examples are very important. Examples. So some famous example in chondrichthyes: shark. Shark is a fish that falls in chondrichthyes. Then stingray. Then scoliodon. It is famously known as dogfish. Scoliodon. Remember these names. These are very important names. MPSC repeatedly ask the questions on these names. Shark, stingray, Scoliodon. Then adding further electric ray. Electric ray. So these are some famous examples of chondrichthyes. And for osteichthyes, famous examples are paplet, then rohu. Rohu is a very famous fish. It is also known as labio. Labio. Rohu is also known as labio. Then betta. Betta, it is also regarded as fighting fish. Betta is fighting fish. So rohu, paplet, betta, right? Then exocetus. 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 It is also known as flying. Exocetus is also known as flying fish. Flying fish. So these are some important examples of osteichthyes. Those who have bones, right? So friends, chondrichthyes and osteichthyes are the two subclasses in Pisces. Remember these two names. And other points, they are cold-blooded. They live in water and they are totally adapted to aquatic life. Their heart is two-chambered. They also have the gills. You all know fishes have the gills for respiration. This is the common point. This is the common point between cyclostomata and fishes. Respiration is performed with gills. So gills are specialized structure inside the body which help them absorb the oxygen present in water. Right. So gills are there in fishes also. So these are the points that I want to highlight for our exam. Other fishes are also very important. Hippocampus. Have you heard the term hippocampus? Hippocampus. It is also known as seahorse. Seahorse. Remember this name. Hippocampus, seahorse. It is also a very famous fish. Right. Two fishes. There are two fishes which will not fall in this category. One is dolphin and other is whale. Though dolphin and whale, we regard them as a fish. They are present in water, but they do not belong to Pisces class. They are mammals. And one more example which many times confuses the students, and that is starfish. Starfish also will not fall in Pisces category. Starfish is in invertebrates. Starfish belongs to Echinodermata. Starfish belongs to Echinodermata phylum, which is in invertebrates. So starfish, then a dolphin and whale. These three will not be included in Pisces category. In Pisces category. Okay, good. चलिए आगे बढ़ते. Now the third important class of vertebrates is amphibia. So the traditional definition of amphibia is that the animal which can live both on land as well as in water. That is what we call as amphibians, amphibia. So there are some animals which are adapted to both types of habitat, right? They can live in land, they can live on land, or they can also live inside the water. That is the definition that we have heard from our childhood days for amphibians. So friends, amphibians are the first vertebrates. Now remember the sequence. They are the first vertebrates who came on land. Remember about cyclostomata? Cyclostomata, they are completely adapted to aquatic life. They cannot live on land. Then came Pisces, fishes. Fishes also cannot live on land. They need water. And then came amphibians. So this is the sequence of vertebrates. Amphibians became the first vertebrates. They became the first vertebrates, first such animals with notochord. They became the first vertebrates. They became the first vertebrates to live the life on land. Okay? To live the life on land. They can also live in water, huh? Yes. Actually, what happens when these amphibians are in their primary stage of life, we can say when they take the birth, during that initial stages of their life, they are in water. But as they become mature, as they become adult, they come on land. And in adult stage, they can live on land as well as in water. But during their primary stage of life, they are completely aquatic. Primary stage of life, they are completely aquatic. Only during adult stage, they come on land and they can live on both land as well as in water. That's why they are called as amphibians. Now, some important points about amphibians. They have the heart, obviously, and their heart is 3-chambered. This is the point that we have already mentioned. Heart is 3-chambered, right? Then they are cold-blooded. Their body temperature varies with the surrounding. They are cold-blooded. That is very important point. The next point is respiration. Now, friends, previous two classes, Cyclostomata, Pisces, they respire with gills. But here respiration can be performed with skin or lungs. Now, very interesting fact, when these amphibians are living inside the water, they use their skin for respiration. They use their skin in order to mix their oxygen in their bloodstream. And when they are on land, they make use of lungs like us. So very famous example is frog. Frog is a very famous amphibian. When it is living inside water, it uses skin to respire, and when on land, it uses lungs to respire, right? So skin and lungs both are the ways for their respiration. Now, examples of this category, very famous is frog. Then toad is also very famous. Frog and toad, very famous example. Another example is salamander, very famous salamander. Now friends, salamander is tailed amphibian. It has a tail like a chameleon. As we see the tail of chameleon, similarly there is one amphibian which is regarded as tailed amphibian, and it is salamander. Salamander is tailed amphibian. Remember this point. It is tailed amphibian, right? Now, fourth important example, Sicilian. Sicilian is an amphibian who burrows in land and live below the land, inside the soil. So, it is called as blind amphibian. So, it is a blind amphibian. It does not have eyes. It will not have eyes because it mostly live below the land, inside the soil. It burrows. It makes holes. It dug the earth. It dug the soil. That's why it has lost its eyes. So it is the blind amphibian, Sicilian. And one more example I want you to note down is Ichthyophis. Ichthyophis is also very important example of amphibians. Ichthyophis. Remember this example also. Ichthyophis. Right? So 5 examples you need to recall, remember: frog, toad, Sicilian, salamander, and Ichthyophis. These are 5 very famous amphibians. Now, let's move our discussion to 4th category of vertebrates. It is called as reptilia or reptiles. As the name suggests, these are such animals which are creeping, which are crawling. Their mode of locomotion is creeping. They creep, they crawl, right? That's why they are called as reptiles. Obviously, they are present on land. Yes, some of these can also live in water. Yes, but they came after amphibians. So obviously, they can live on land completely. Now here, heart is how much chambered? Here, heart also has 3 chambers. So heart is 3 chambered, but one exception is there. And that is crocodile. Alligator. Crocodile is regarded by another names also. Alligator, right? Yeah, or cameen. These are different names of crocodile. Alligator, cameen, gharial. These are the names of crocodile. Now friends, crocodiles have the heart which is 4 chambered. Heart is 4 chambered. The only reptile with 4 chambered heart is crocodile. All other reptiles have 3 chambered heart. This is the point that we have already mentioned. Reptiles have 3 chambered heart, but one exception that you need to understand is crocodile. Okay, right. Now friends, they also respire completely with lungs. Respiration is performed with lungs. They have proper lungs like ours. As we have the lungs, similarly they also have the lungs, and with the lungs they mix the oxygen in their bloodstream. Right? They are also cold-blooded, and they lay eggs. Okay, right. Now, friends, examples. Which are the famous example? Tortoise or turtle, crocodile, right? Then all types of snakes, all types of lizard, all types of chameleon, right? Caiman, tortiara, right? Caiman. All these are the examples of reptile animals, right? Okay. Now moving next, fifth category or fifth class of vertebrates is aves. Aves means birds. Aves means simply birds. All the birds are included. All the birds fall in this category. For birds, we have specialized class called as aves. Now for birds, heart is 4-chambered. Heart has 4 chambers, isn't it? Yes. Heart is 4-chambered. Many birds have feathers, right? Many birds have feathers, and these birds are warm-blooded animals. Warmness starts from this class. So we discussed that only 2 classes are there which have warm-blooded animals. The first is aves and the second is mammalia. So they are warm-blooded, right? They lay eggs. That's why they are called as oviparous, and eggs have hard shells, right? Now, not all birds can fly. Some birds are there which cannot fly, like penguin is there, peacock is there, then duck is there, hen is there, but they also fall in this category. So in order to give the example, you can see the ostrich. Ostrich is a bird, right? Sparrow is a bird, right? Parrot, right? Crow, right? Crow. Then vultures are also the birds. Vultures, parrot, crow, right? Then duck is also the bird. Hen is also the bird. Penguin is also the bird. Peacock is also the bird. So you all know the examples of birds, right? Right. Okay. No doubt. But features are very important. Remember the features. They are warm-blooded, 4-chambered heart, and they have many times wings, feathers are there, hard shell, eggs are there. So these are some important points about the birds. And the study of birds is called as ornithology. Remember this word, ornithology. This is the term that is used for study of birds, ornithology. Now, the last but not the least, actually very most important class, category of animals in vertebrates is mammalia, mammals. So when you look at mammals, you will find some very, very important features. Now for mammals, it is said that it is the most evolved, most adapted living animal kingdom. Actually, in whole animal kingdom, the most evolved and most adapted to their surrounding, they fall in the category of mammals. Actually, mammals have heart with 4 chambers. You all know, 4-chambered heart. They are warm-blooded, and here female does not lay eggs. Actually, female give birth to young babies. Female give birth to young babies. That's why they are called as viviparous. They will not lay eggs. Right? Here, female will give birth to young babies. Right? So here, babies are given birth, and in order to nourish those babies, females have mammary glands in their breasts. So mammary glands are there, and in these glands, milk is produced. With the help of these milks, these young babies can get the nutrition. So this is a very important point about mammals. Now, if you look at the body of mammals, on their body, here is present body hair, facial hair, body hair. Then below their skin, sweat glands are also present. Sweat glands are also there. Oil secreting glands are also present below the skin. So they are called as sebaceous gland in humans. So oil secreting glands, sweat glands, hair on body. These are also some important features. They are warm blooded. Heart is 4-chambered. Heart is 4-chambered. And respiration is completely with lungs. They have proper lungs. Respiration is with lungs. Right? Yes. Now friends, in order to give the example, elephant, then kangaroo, chimpanzee, all types of monkeys. Look at this example, dolphin. Though dolphin live in water, dolphin does not fall in fish category. Dolphin is a mammal. It is warm-blooded animal. Dolphin is the mammal, and similarly whale is also the mammal. Largest mammal, whale. Whale is a mammal. Dolphin is a mammal. The only mammal which can fly is bats. Bats are also mammals. They are not birds. Bats, Vatavagul, Chamgadar. Bats are also mammals. Bats are the only flying mammals. Remember this. Now I told you mammals give birth to young babies. Where female give birth to young babies, they are viviparous. But there are some exceptions. There are some mammals which lay eggs. Egg-laying mammals. Which are they? Egg-laying mammals. Very famous is platypus. And other is echidna. Remember these two names, platypus and echidna. They lay eggs. They are actually exceptions. All other mammals give birth to their babies, but there are two oviparous mammals. And they are platypus and echidna. They lay eggs. They are exceptions. Many times what we do, we classify mammals into further 3 classes or further 3 subclasses. So Mammalia or class mammals is divided into 3 further subclasses, suborders, which are the first is Prototheria. Second is Metatheria, and the third is Eutheria. Prototheria, Metatheria, Eutheria. These are the 3 subclasses of mammals. Now, what is the difference? In Prototheria, such mammals are included which lay eggs, egg-laying mammals are there in Prototheria. In Metatheria, pouched mammals are included. Pouched. Do you know pouch? So pouched mammals, some mammals are there in which pouches are there. In that pouch, their baby grows many times. That pouch provides nutrition. The famous example is kangaroo. Look at this kangaroo. Kangaroo is the animal which is native to Australia, Tasmania. So in kangaroo, pouches are there, and in those pouches, it works like an embryonic sac. It works like an embryonic sac for their, we can say, young babies. So pouched mammals like kangaroos, and they are also known as marsupials. So pouches are also known as marsupials. So these pouches, marsupial, so they are metatheria. And the last is eutheria. Eutheria are the most evolved mammals, true mammals. Actually, true mammals are considered into eutheria. Here, humans are included. The best example is human. In eutheria, true mammals with very sharp brain, with the ability to think. So humans fall in this category. So remember the examples and these 3 subclasses. That's all about Mammalia. So friends, the comparative points, examples, they have been repeatedly asked in our MPSC exam. Now is the time to look at some previous year questions that have been asked on this topic. You understood all the concepts? Friends, penguin fall in the category of birds. Friends, today's session is about English medium batch that we are launching for those candidates who want to prepare for MPSC combined Group C exam, Talathi exam, Village Revenue Officer exam. So please note down this information and forward this information to as many students as possible. If you want to join our Ignite Academy, so we have provided you the option for English medium batch, prelims batch, and this batch will be with study material and also with free state board batch, free PYQ batch, revision doubt clearing sessions will also be there. Right. So please download the Ignite Academy app and make sure you join the batch. So the first question of today's session, all of these questions are previous year questions. These are not practice questions or not the questions framed by us. They are previous year questions. Which one of the following amphibians are blind? This is a very recent question. Please answer. Everyone should be able to answer this question. सगळ्यांनी उत्तर द्यायचे. ओनली सायन्स आहे. सगळे विषय. हाऊ मेनी चेंबर्स आर देअर इन कॉकरोच? कॉकरोचच्या ऍब्डोमेन मध्ये 10 चेंबर असतात आणि खाली वर 3 चेंबर असतात. ते ऍक्च्युली 13 चेंबर असतात. 13. कॉकरोच बद्दल कसं काय प्रश्न पडला तुम्हाला? ठीक आहे, पडला तर सांगतोय मी. कॉकरोचेस हॅव 13 चेंबर्ड हार्ट. 13 चेंबर्ड हार्ट. 13. What is the answer? We have seen one amphibian who burrows in soil and does not have eyes is Caecilians. So the answer is Caecilia. So amphibians which are blind. You have seen the frogs, they have eyes. You have seen the toads, they have eyes. And salamanders also have the eyes. So the answer is option number 3. Very easy, straightforward question. Next question. Class Pisces includes fishes because class Pisces include fishes. So in class Pisces, fishes are included. Please answer. They are completely adapted to aquatic life. They have 3 chambered heart. They are cold-blooded animals. The body is covered with scales. ऍप मध्ये आपले लेक्चर बंद झालेले नाहीये, थोडासा पॉज आहे. प्रगती मॅम, ऍप मध्ये तुमचे बाकी पण लेक्चर चालू आहे ड्यू टू टाइम कन्स्ट्रेंट. बघा, ऍप मध्ये तुमचं इकॉनॉमिक्स चालू आहे, जिओग्राफी चालू आहे, तर वेळेचं थोडंसं नियोजन प्रॉपरली होत नसल्यामुळे आपला विषय जो आहे, आपला फिजिक्स झालेल्या ऍपमध्ये केमिस्ट्री बायोलॉजी बाकी ते सुरू होणार आहे. लवकरच आपण तो सब्जेक्ट सुरू करतोय. जसा आपल्याला थोडासा टाइम स्लॉट मिळेल. कसं असतं, एकदाच आपण 7-8 विषय ऍपमध्ये सुरू नाही करू शकत. 3-4 विषय एका वेळेला चालू शकतात. त्या 3-4 पैकी जेव्हा 1-2 विषय लवकर संपतात त्याच्या जागी पुढचे विषय येतात. त्याच्यानुसार असतं हे. आपलं आहे 3 महिन्यांचं नियोजन. तुम्ही निश्चिंत राहा, काही काळजी करू नका. सध्या जे विषय ऍपमध्ये चालू आहेत ते तुम्ही कव्हर करून घ्या. लवकर बाकीचे विषय त्याच्या जागी सुरू होते. तर फक्त टाइम कन्स्ट्रेंटमुळे आपण दिवसभर तर लेक्चर नाही घेऊ शकत ना. बाकी पण बॅचेस असतात, बाकीच्या बॅचेसचं पण शेड्यूल असतं, बाकी ठिकाणी पण टाइम स्लॉट कधी कधी एंगेज असतात. त्यानुसार आपल्याला शेड्यूल बनवावं लागतं. बाकी डोंट वरी, सगळे विषय तुमचे होणार आहेत. फक्त एकदाच 8च्या 8 विषय आपण ऍपमध्ये लगेच सुरू नाही करू शकत. हो, हे आपण घेणार आहे ऍपमध्ये. चला याचं उत्तर द्या. व्हॉट इज द आन्सर? Pisces means fishes. So there are 4 statements and you have to choose correct statements out of them. They are completely adapted to aquatic life. Correct. Fishes cannot live on land. Second, they have 3 chambered heart. Wrong. All the Pisces have 2 chambered hearts. So B is wrong. C, they are cold-blooded. 100% correct. Their body temperature varies with the surrounding. So this is the correct statement. Right. Last, body is covered with scales. 100%. Scales are there on their body. So A, C and D are the correct statements. So option which involves these 3 statements is option number 3. Option 3 is the right answer for this question. Pisces. Next question. The following are the characteristics of mammals. Once again, similar line question. 4 statements are there and you have to choose the combination of correct statements. 4 statements are there and you have to choose the combination of correct statements. Mammals. It is about mammals. First, hair present on body. Yes, body is covered with hair. 3-chambered heart. It is the wrong statement. 3-chambered heart is present in amphibians and reptiles. For mammals, it is 4-chambered. So due to 3-chambered heart, this will go wrong. Mammary glands are present in female, 100%. Mammary glands are there. And some mammals lay eggs. Some, yes. There are some mammals, platypus, echidna, they fall in the category of prototheria. They lay eggs. So A, C, D are the correct statements. So the option which includes A, C, D is the option number 4. Option number 4. All right, friends. Next question. Now this question asks you to identify the group of reptiles. Group of reptiles. A, B, C, D and combinations are there. You have to identify such options which includes all the reptiles. Lizard, snake, frog, loris. Now friends, frog is never a reptile. Frog is an amphibian. So due to frog, A will get cancelled. Yes, lizard is reptile, snake is reptile. What is loris? Loris is a mammal. Loris is a mammal. So due to loris and frog, right, A is cancelled. Now friends, it is not necessary to memorize all the examples, but some famous examples of those classes, they need to be recalled all the time. So all of you should know that frog belongs to amphibians. So based on this word, you can cancel A. B, turtle, gharial, caiman, tortoise. Okay, it looks like all are reptiles. Turtle means tortoise. Gharial is the name for a crocodile. A caiman, tortoise. Okay, we will see. Now next option. Turtle, okay. Crocodile, okay. Salamander. Salamander will never fall in reptiles. Salamander is a amphibian. Salamander. MPSC asked questions on salamander for many times. Actually, if you look at the number of questions that have been asked on salamander, you will find at least 3 to 4 questions in previous year question, right? So due to salamander, it will get cancelled. Yes, I know lizard is reptile, crocodile is reptile, turtle is reptile, but salamander is not. That's why C is cancelled. And the D, once again, salamander is also there and frog is also there. It will get cancelled. Yes, so that's why only B makes the sense and such option is number 1. So option 1 is the right answer. Option 1 is the right answer. Option 1 is the right answer. Turtle, gharial, caiman, tortoise, all are reptiles. No doubt. All are reptiles. Now further, next question. Very simple. Which of the following fish belongs to class Osteichthyes? Do you remember? Osteichthyes means such fishes who have bones. Bony fishes, Osteichthyes. Paplet, Katla, Rohu, Exocetus. So is anyone of them? Yes, Katla is there. Katla is there. Option 3. All other options belong to chondrichthyes. Shark, no bones. Stingray, no bones. Electric ray, no bones. They belong to chondrichthyes. So Katla is the right answer for this question. Next question. Kangaroo. Kangaroo is a pouched mammal. Kangaroo is a pouched mammal. Yes, we all know kangaroo. Kangaroo falls in Metatheria. Kangaroo falls in Metatheria subclass. It is a pouched mammal. 4 statements are there and you have to choose the correct statements. First, found in Australia and Tasmania, 100% correct. A is correct. It is terrestrial and herbivorous, 100% correct. Terrestrial, it lives on land and it is herbivorous. Yes, it is not carnivorous. It is herbivorous. That it gets its nutrition, its food from plants, trees, shrubs, right? Herbivorous. 4 limbs are very long and powerful. 4 limbs means the limbs present at the front side of their body. समोरचे पाय. Forelimbs are very long and powerful. Hind limbs means backside limbs. मागचे पाय. They are very short and weak. This is the wrong statement. You all have seen kangaroo in picture. So when you see kangaroo, look at this kangaroo. Forelimbs. If you look at this kangaroo, forelimbs are short and weak. They are not powerful. But hind limbs, backside limbs, they are very long, powerful. So the statement is wrong because it states that forelimbs are long. No, forelimbs are short. So C is wrong. Females have brood pouch known as marsupium. Yes, marsupium. Yes. ABD. A bird. Option 4 is the right answer. Option 4 is the right answer. Right. Front legs are small and hind limbs are long. Next question. Which of the following is not an example of fish? You are solving all the previous questions that have been asked in last 4 to 5 years in MPSC combined group B and group C exam. So these are PYQs. Look at these PYQs. They all are on the topic of vertebrates. Which of the following is not an example of fish? It means 3 are example of fish. Scoliodon, dogfish. Yes, it is a fish. It is a fish. It will not be the answer. Hippocampus. Yes, seahorse. Seahorse is called as hippocampus. It is a fish. Right. Then labio, rohu. Labio is rohu. It is also the fish. So the answer is option number 3. Ichthyophis. What is Ichthyophis? Ichthyophis is an amphibian. It falls in the category of amphibian. Amphibia. Ichthyophis. So frog, salamander, then a toad, then Sicilian and Ichthyophis. 5 are most important examples of amphibian. So option 3 belongs to amphibians. All these 4 options are very, very important. Next question. Which of the following animal group was the first vertebrate to become adapted to life on land? A, B, C, D, and options are in the form of combination. Reptiles, amphibians, mammals, and aves. Friends, we have studied that vertebrates are categorized into 6 classes from cyclostomata to mammalia. So there we understand one basic fact that this is the sequence of evolution. The first class, cyclostomata, completely aquatic. Second class, Pisces, fish, completely aquatic. Third class, amphibians. Amphibians became the first vertebrates to land on land, to become adapted to life on land. Yes. And after amphibians, vertebrates, reptiles, then aves, mammals, all can live on the land. But the question specifically mentions first vertebrates. So first vertebrates are amphibians. So only B should be our answer. Option number 4. Only B should be the answer. Option number 4. First vertebrates. You have been asked to identify first vertebrates. Not all vertebrates. Not all vertebrates that are adapted to life on land. If the question is all vertebrates to become adapted to life on land, then the answer should have been amphibians, aves, mammals, and reptiles. All, A, B, C, D, all. But the question is about first vertebrates. Actually, all these vertebrates can live on land, but the first vertebrates are only amphibians. That's why option number 4. Next question. Which of the following animal belongs to the group Agnatha? Read carefully. Which of the following animal belongs to the group Agnatha, the most primitive vertebrates? Primitive is oldest. Now this question gives you 2 hints. The first hint is the word Agnatha, and the second is most primitive vertebrate. If you know either of these, you can easily give the answer. Agnatha means jawless. Those animals which does not have jaw. And jawless means cyclostomata. And as we have studied, in vertebrates, out of those 6 classes, the first vertebrates, most primitive, most oldest are cyclostomata. Most oldest. So you have to choose the option which has example of cyclostomata. So scoliodon, it falls in Pisces, it is not the answer. Ratus, black rat falls in the class of Mammalia. It will not be the answer. Loris is also mammal, it is not the answer. The answer is option number 3, Petromyzon. So Petromyzon, which is also called as lampreys, then hagfish, myxine. Only 2 examples of cyclostomata. Only 2 examples of cyclostomata. Right, friends? So option 3 should be your correct answer. Option 3 should be your correct answer. Now the next question is about matching the pairs. Next question is about matching the pairs. Name of the fish and commonly known as. Now it is not necessary for you to remember all these names, but 1 or 2 very famous, which has been repeatedly asked. Hippocampus, very famous. Exocetus. Hippocampus is seahorse. It will go with 4. So only by knowing hippocampus you can give the answer. Option number 1. Option number 1 is the answer. Only by knowing hippocampus means seahorse, you can give the answer. A with 4, that pair is only present at option number 1. Exocetus, flying fish. They sometimes come out of the water and dive again in the water. So 3. B3. So Syngnathus, pipe fish. Remember this. And Fistularia is flute fish. Basri, flute fish. So option 1 is the right answer. Right. So these were some questions which have been asked in the last 4 to 5 years in our MPSC combined Group B, Group C exam. So did you like the video? Did you like the video? Did you like my teaching? Did you like the initiative of our Ignite Academy? If the answer is yes, then please do like the video and hit that subscribe button. And I want you to share your feedback. I want you to share your feedback in comment section. Your feedback is precious for us. If you want to criticize, your criticism is constructive. It is also appreciated. So chat box is all yours. I thank you all for your attention, patience and watching the video till the end. My name is Jadhav Rajesh and I want to stop at this point with the promise that if you join this English medium batch, I will give full justice to my subject and with utmost honesty, I will follow my word. Right. I thank you all. Thank you so much, Jyoti ma'am, Nisha, thank you. Pratiksha, Priyanka, all the students, gaming, Pankaj. Okay. Thank you, Anil sir. थांबूयात आपण आज. इंग्लिश मिडियमची बॅच आपली सुरू होते. तलाठी भरतीसाठी स्पेशल बॅच, प्रिलिम्ससाठी. या बॅचला आपण जॉईन करायचं. इग्नाइट अकॅडमीचा ऍप डाउनलोड करून आपण आपला प्रवेश निश्चित करू शकता. लाईव्ह प्लस रेकॉर्डेड फॉर्मॅटमध्ये ही बॅच असणार आहे. ठीक आहे, चालेल. थँक्यू सो मच. धन्यवाद. तर हॅपी संडे, एन्जॉय द डे अँड ऑल द बेस्ट फॉर युअर स्टडीज. वी आर विथ यू. थँक्यू सो मच. चला थांबूयात आपण. टाटा, बाय बाय.